everyone, Lina here, and it's my second video. And there was a comment under the previous one, and I'm so grateful there was a comment. Someone watched, someone commented. Hopefully, it was useful to some people. And the comment was to do the hair and makeup. So I'm gonna do just that. It was on the priority list. I just moved it to the highest position. So we're doing hair and makeup, but I did it yesterday and I realized that it is too much for one video. Just the hair part was 30 minutes. So I'm going to pick up the pace and I'm going to do hair only today and then I'm going to do makeup. So today is hair. A lot of advice today will be kind of like maybe obvious or too plain. I apologize for that if it's something you already know, but I want to treat it like that YouTube channel where the guy teaches you how to use tools and do repairs around the house in case you grew up without a dad. So like righty tighty lefty loosey, those kind of advice. So in case you never had any experience with longer hair and you have no one to consult and no one to ask, I'm gonna give you like the most basic ideas and the most important things I learned about my hair while growing it out, and like maintaining my hair, right? Let's first decide what haircut do we want. Obviously, you choose the one you like the most, but I can give you one piece of advice, the rule of thumb, and it is longer your hair, less volume you have. So the volume here, you lose it if you grow your hair out longer because of like physics and gravity, because your hairs, individual hairs, they become heavier from the length. There's more of it, right? So there's more of the hair and it becomes heavier and the gravity pulls on it harder. So this is why it becomes less voluminous. Obviously, long hair usually means feminine hair, but in my opinion, like at certain point, it stops adding more femininity and just becomes longer for the sake of being longer. So you decide on what to do there, but in my opinion, volume is more important for passing for the following reason. Like right now, you can see how my hair looks, and now I'm going to clip it. I'm going to put it up and clip it with this little thing. And you can see how it changes my silhouette, my body silhouette, not just my face. I'm gonna turn straight to the camera, and now my shoulders are completely revealed. And not only my shoulders are revealed, you see precisely how much do I have here. After the eye goes from the shoulder to the neck feels like a stem, like a mushroom, like there are shoulders, then there is a thinner stem, which is the neck, and then it expands into the head. So it only puts an accent on how long the shoulders are. This is not the end of the world, but if you want to conceal how wide your shoulders are and how like big your back is, so you want to round it out by having this like build up, right? From the shoulders, it slowly goes up and rounds up. So it smooths out the silhouette and the silhouette becomes less, choppy in this case, and it hides the shoulders. And this is why, in my opinion, volume is preferable to length if you can choose. And again, you have to choose at certain point. More length equals less volume after like I think after this length more or less. So you have to make a decision there. Quick advice on what to do if you need to take your hair away from your face, like for example doing physical activities. So there is an option of a ponytail, obviously. Let me quickly make one, and I will show you. It is like a very basic ponytail at the bottom, right, of my head. I don't have the length here, but one thing you can do with a ponytail, because at the moment it achieves the same thing as the clip, right? So one thing you can do with the ponytail is put it to the side, and if you have more length, it will be just here, right, falling on your chest. And this kind of run like adds to the silhouette. You can try to do a lower ponytail. I obviously don't have the length, and it is fine. But in my opinion, just wanted to recommend one thing. Let me brush my hair differently for this. Another thing you can do is hair bands, those things. Not only they keep the hair out of the face, just like the ponytail, but they also keep the volume of your hair falling down normally. So I really love the hairbands. There was a moment where I was wearing hairbands basically every day. So how often do we need to wash our hair? I did a lot of research, and I found out, and everyone told me the same thing, from my mom to my friends to my hairdresser or stylist, that less often you wash your hair, stronger and healthier your hair is. So um, I tend to wash my hair 2 times a week. I have a friend that does even more steps in her routine, hair routine, and she can go a week without washing her hair, and her hair looks amazing. I stopped at the three main steps. I'm going to tell you about them in a second, and I'm content with washing my hair twice a week. So this is the second day. I washed my hair yesterday, and this is the second day. I'm really happy how my hair looks the second day. The third day, it will look less presentable. So what you can do is use dry shampoo. So you take dry shampoo and you spray it on the roots of your hair and on your head. So you lift it up and you spray it here. I don't have dry shampoo with me, unfortunately. Again, left my home in a hurry, didn't take too many things, so don't have dry shampoo. But you spray it on the roots and then you rub it in like this, and it kind of helps. Yes, it removes a little bit of grease and dirt from the roots of the hair. It adds a bit of volume, and it helps with the look. The fourth day and beyond, I use hairbands and ponytails, and I wash my hair. So one more thing I didn't tell you, there is a procedure called boost up. It adds volume to your head. You can look it up. I'm not going to go into details on how it works. The video might be too long how it is, but you'll have to maintain it and do the procedure every month or every 2 months. But you can look it up, and you can look into it if you want more volume. And for example, you don't have voluminous hair naturally. I wash my hair 2 times a week. How do I do it? And before I go into, keep in mind that dyed hair, if you dye your hair, equals damaged hair in for the sake of choosing a shampoo. This is my what my stylist told me. If you have your hair dyed, you need a shampoo for damaged hair, for dyed and damaged hair. Like for example, I haven't dyed my hair in a while. You can see a gray strand of hair. I've been going gray for 20 years now. Yeah, 20 years. So I might as well like lean more into it, but I haven't had the time to think about it. Like at the moment, I have my hair dyed into my natural hair color to conceal the grayness, and I haven't refreshed it in a while. But that's the story for another day. Okay, so how do I wash my hair and how I recommend it? And this is something that also both my stylist and my friend with luxurious hair told me. The most comfortable way to wash your hair is to throw it forward like this. The reason for it is because you have easier access to the roots. Like remember how I told you that dry shampoo needs to be applied to the roots and to your head? Well, this also applies to regular shampoo. The goal of washing your hair is to wash your head and the skin of your head and the roots of your hair. This is where the grease is, and you want to wash it away. So I usually lean over either a bathtub or I just do it in the shower and just lean forward and I wash my hair like this. Um, I apply shampoo. I apply just a little bit, like this, just a tiny bit, and I try to rub it in. It produces foam, right? That's the name of it, foam. And you use the foam to wash your hair, but the goal is to massage and rub it into your head. If you took a little bit of shampoo and it feels like it wasn't enough, it feels like you just constantly have to add more and your hands are completely out of substance instantly and your hair feels dirty, don't add more shampoo. Rinse first and then add shampoo. So some shampoos are designed to wash your hair in one go, but a lot of them are better used when you use it in two goes. So you take a little bit of shampoo. It also helps with the consumption of the product. You take a little bit of shampoo. you wash your hair once, you rinse, and then you add just a tiny bit, and then you do it again. And if you've never done this, you will be surprised how much foam it produces, how clean it feels, and how like overall great it is. It feels much better than adding shampoo over and over in the first go. And in general, even if shampoo is designed to wash your hair in one go, but you haven't had a chance to wash your hair in a week or longer, let's say you were backpacking in the mountains, then you will have to do two goes, maybe multiple goes. But I always two is always enough for me. All right, so after we rinse the shampoo, the next step is the hair mask. It might have a different name in your country. Like the I know it as a mask, and I looked it up in English. It seems to be called a mask. It's the product you apply to the length of your hair, not to the roots. This is the opposite of shampoo. It should not touch your skin and the roots of your hairs because it will make it dirtier. So you apply it to the length, right? And when you throw it forward, you have easier access to the length of your hair. And you apply the mask and you read the label on the container and like on the bottle, and if it says like 6 to 7 minutes, you do that. Then you rinse, and then you do the conditioner, the same idea, only to the length. You read the label, let's say it says 2 to 3 minutes, you apply it to the length, you wait, and then in 3 minutes you rinse. I do those three steps, and this is the result. I'm really happy with my hair. And you can do more steps. As I said, like my friend, she does more steps. She does like so many, it takes half of her Sunday. But she then can forget about her hair for a week. Like I do it, I wash my hair twice a week. Uh, the conditioner is used every time you wash your hair. So the shampoo and the conditioner. The mask, it's recommended, like at least the one I use, it was recommended to use it like 3 times a month, maybe 4 times a month, which means once a week. So in my case, I do it every other time. I wash my hair once without a mask, so it will be just shampoo straight to conditioner. And then the next time will be shampoo, mask, conditioner. All right, once you washed your hair, you need to dry it. So obviously you can use a hair dryer, but keep in mind the hair dryer by itself damages your hair because of its extreme heat, extreme temperatures. For the hair, it's extreme. So you need to protect them. There is a thing, I looked up the translation into English. It's supposed to be called something like heat protectant spray. So you use that. So you spray it on your hair. Maybe like read the label. If it says like wait it for 1 minute, you wait it. Leave it for 1 minute. Then you wait 1 minute, and then you use the hair dryer. If you have the time, you don't have to use the hair dryer. So instead, you can just use the towel. I tend to use two towels. So I use first towel right after I finish rinsing my hair. And like by the way, you can uh, like squeeze a little bit of water out of your hair, but don't twist, don't pull, just squeeze a little bit. Or you can do it with a towel. Um, After I do it the first time, the towel is usually soaked, and I have to take another one. So I take the second towel and I walk around my apartment, uh, periodically, like drying my hair manually. It takes 2 hours for me, more or less, like 2 to 3 hours. If you have the time, if you're not in a hurry, if you're just staying at home anyway, you can do that. So I wait, and sometimes I will like do it manually with the towel, but not that much. So you have two options. You can either use a hair dryer or the towel, like two towels. Okay, so the one thing left is brushing. First of all, I switched to this thing. It's called Tangle Teaser. You probably heard of it. If you've never tried it, try it. This is amazing. Like I'm never going back to any other kind of brushes or combs, right? They're called. This just is so much better at dealing with your hair, at untangling your hair. This thing, for example, can handle my hair completely wet. If my hair is just completely wet and I want to brush it, first of all, without the conditioner, I won't be able to brush it. So this is why we use the conditioner. And second of all, this thing can handle my hair wet. Other brushes, they can't. Other combs. So, and just by the way, just in case you're not familiar with the concept, never pull hard on your hair if it's stuck, if the thing is stuck. So you try it. If it doesn't go down, you just remove it and try again. Try a smaller strand and try a smaller movements, but never pull, never try to force it. Um, and overall, yeah, I wanted to recommend getting a comb that looks like this. It's just much better for brushing. Oh yes, one more thing. Keep in mind that we all have different types of hair, and we all have different bodies, different facial structures, etc. So look up advice for washing and brushing your types of hair. So if your hair looks like mine, the things I told you might just directly apply to you. You can use them as a step-by-step guide. If you have different types of hair, like majorly different, for example, you have curly hair. I've heard that you brush curly hair differently or don't brush it at all. So like look it up for your type of hair. So I can only tell you what I do, but if you feel like your hair is different from mine, uh, you can try what I do. If you don't like it, it doesn't feel right, then you'll need to seek advice for your type of hair. So always approach it as a scientist. We're going to talk about it in the makeup section, but approach it as a scientist. If something doesn't work for you, or don't like how it works from a tutorial you saw on YouTube, then yeah, I understand it can be frustrating, but you will have to find another tutorial and see if it fits you. You might have to go through a few tutorials before you find the one that applies to you. I hope the advice that I gave here today was more or less general and applies to most people. If it doesn't, if the pieces of advice don't apply to you, please leave it in the comments. I will make a follow-up video to correct myself. But in general, this is my experience with my hair and how I manage it. And remember that only you can decide what's best for you. So all the different haircuts that you might choose from, like you can go for bangs if you have longer, like higher forehead. Not sure what's it called, longer or higher in English, bigger forehead, right? If your face shape is different, like I have an oval face, but you might have like a square face or a heart-shaped face or round face. So you'll have to investigate and research your options and choose the one you think suits you the best. Last thing I wanted to tell you about is the tip to seek local advice. If you want to find a good shampoo or product for your hair, you need to find a YouTuber or like an Instagram blogger, someone who lives in your country or in your state nearby, and they can recommend you the product that you can go and buy in the store nearby, right? Because if you find another blogger that you like and they recommend you a shampoo, but they live halfway across the world, it will only cause frustration because you cannot find the product. So you will have to look for other YouTube people and like Instagram content creators who have advice for you, something you can buy in your country. Maybe you will have to look for it in your language if English isn't your first language, like it isn't mine. So I did a lot of research on the topic, not in English, and then this is why I struggle with the terminology. Yeah, so that was it. Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful. I found the cause of the problem of the feedback loop, the high-pitched noise that was in the previous video. Unfortunately, it was the hardware problem of my microphone. It was a better microphone, but I have to give it up. So I'm using the default mic on the webcam. It's not the best, but I hope it can do for a while. I feel like the effect, even with like the noise suppression, the effect is like I'm in a tank, and I don't even know whether I'm in like in a military vehicle tank or in the fish tank, somewhere in between probably. So the audio isn't the best, but my mic is coming to me in 4 weeks, and then I will be able to improve on the quality of the video. For now, I'll have to do with this mic, and I apologize for it once again. Hopefully, it's okay. So if you have any questions, please leave them. I will be happy to address them to answer. And see you next time. Bye.